Hi. Welcome to the History House. I'm Ahmed Saeed and you are watching the History of October 30th on your favorite The History House YouTube channel. Please watch the video till the end so that you will know about the births and deaths on this day. Do not forget to subscribe the channel in order to get daily updates. October 30th is the 303rd day of the year, 304th in leap years in the Gregorian calendar. 62 days remain until the end of the year. 637 Arab-Byzantine Wars, Antioch surrenders to the Rashidun Caliphate after the Battle of the Iron Bridge. 758 Guangzhou is sacked by Arab and Persian pirates. 1137 Ranulf of Apulia defeats Roger II of Sicily at the Battle of Rignano, securing his position as duke until his death 2 years later. 1270 The Eighth Crusade ends by an agreement between Charles I of Anjou, replacing his deceased brother King Louis IX of France, and the Hafsidi dynasty of Tunisia. 1340 Reconquista, Portuguese and Castilian forces halt a Muslim invasion at the Battle of Rio Salado. 1657 Anglo-Spanish War, Spanish forces failed to retake Jamaica at the Battle of Ocho Rios. 1806 War of the Fourth Coalition, convinced that he is facing a much larger force, Prussian General von Romberg, commanding 5,300 men, surrenders the city of Stettin to 800 French soldiers. 1817 Simón Bolívar becomes president of the Third Republic of Venezuela. 1831 Nat Turner is arrested for leading the bloodiest slave rebellion in United States history. 1863 Danish Prince Wilhelm arrives in Athens to assume his throne as George I, King of the Hellenes. 1864 The Treaty of Vienna is signed, by which Denmark relinquishes one province each to Prussia and Austria. 1888 The Rudd concession is granted by Matabeleland to agents of Cecil Rhodes. 1905 Tsar Nicholas II issues the October Manifesto, granting the Russian peoples basic civil liberties and the right to form a duma. October 17th in the Julian calendar. 1918 World War I, the Ottoman Empire signs the Armistice of Mudros with the Allies. 1918 World War I, lands of the Crown of St. Stephen, a state union of Kingdom of Hungary and Triune Kingdom of Croatia, Slavonia and Dalmatia is abolished with decisions of Croatian and Hungarian parliaments. 1920 The Communist Party of Australia is founded in Sydney. 1938 Orson Welles broadcasts his radio play of H. G. Wells's The War of the Worlds, causing anxiety in some of the audience in the United States. 1941 President Roosevelt approves $1 billion in Lend-Lease aid to the Allied nations. 1941 Holocaust, 1,500 Jews from Pidhate are sent by Nazis to Belzec extermination camp. 1942 World War II, Lieutenant Tony Fasson and able seaman Colin Grazier drown while taking codebooks from the sinking German submarine U-559. 1944 Holocaust, Anne and Margot Frank are deported from Auschwitz to the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, where they die from disease the following year, shortly before the end of World War II. 1945 Jackie Robinson of the Kansas City Monarchs signs a contract for the Brooklyn Dodgers, breaking the baseball color line. 1947 The General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade (GATT), the foundation of the World Trade Organization (WTO), is founded. 1948 A Lazoo fishing boat overloaded with passengers capsizes and sinks in the Gozo Channel off Cala, Gozo, Malta, killing 23 of the 27 people on board. 1953 President Eisenhower approves the top-secret document NSC 162 halves concerning the maintenance of a strong nuclear deterrent force against the Soviet Union. 1956 Hungarian Revolution, the government recognizes the new workers' councils. Army officer Bela Kareli leads an attack on the Communist Party headquarters. 1959 Piedmont Airlines Flight 349 crashes on approach to Charlottesville-Albemarle Airport in Albemarle County, Virginia, killing 26 of the 27 on board. 1961 The Soviet Union detonates the Tsar bomber, the most powerful explosive device ever detonated. 1961 Due to violations of Vladimir Lenin's precepts, it is decreed that Joseph Stalin's body be removed from its place of honor inside Lenin's tomb and buried near the Kremlin wall with a plain granite marker. 1973 – The Bosphorus Bridge in Turkey is completed, connecting the continents of Europe and Asia over the Bosphorus for the second time. 1975 – Prince Juan Carlos I of Spain becomes acting head of state, taking over for the country's ailing dictator, General Francisco Franco. 1980 – El Salvador and Honduras agree to put the border dispute fought over in 1969's football war before the International Court of Justice. 1983 – The first democratic elections in Argentina, after 7 years of military rule, are held. 1985 – Space Shuttle Challenger lifts off for mission STS-61A, its final successful mission. 1991 – The Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the Madrid Conference commences in an effort to revive peace negotiations between Israel and Palestine. 1995 – Quebec citizens narrowly vote 50.58% to 49.42% in favor of remaining a province of Canada in their second referendum on national sovereignty. 2005 – The rebuilt Dresden Frauenkirche, destroyed in the firebombing of Dresden during World War II, is reconsecrated after a 13-year rebuilding project. 2014 – Sweden is the first European Union member state to officially recognize the State of Palestine. 2015 – 64 people are killed and more than 147 injuries after a fire in a nightclub in the Romanian capital Bucharest. Births on this day, 30th of October. 1973 – Edge, Canadian wrestler, actor. 1960 – Diego Maradona, Argentine footballer. 1885 – Ezra Pound, American poet. 1882 – William Halsey, Jr., American admiral. 1735 – John Adams, American politician, second President of the United States. Deaths on this day, 30th of October. 2009 – Claude Lévi-Strauss, French anthropologist. 2006 – Clifford Geertz, American anthropologist. 1987 – Joseph Campbell, American author. 1923 – Bonar Law, Canadian, Scottish politician, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. 1883 – Dayananda Saraswati, Indian philosopher, scholar. Thanks a lot for watching the History House YouTube channel. Please like this video and subscribe the channel for latest stories on daily basis.